A lot of you have recently asked me to comment on Cosmic Skeptic's recent post on Twitter where he states he is no longer vegan. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole post because many other channels have already done this, but what I will do though is pick out the points that I think are most interesting. Roll the titles.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. As always, just a quick reminder that I'm now offering the SIBO, organic acid, stool tests and consult via my website. So if you have any health or digestive problems, then consider taking these tests, as they will provide a lot of very detailed information upon which you can start making informed decisions and then start getting your health back on track. And on that bombshell, to the video. So Cosmic Skeptic says this early on in the post. For quite some time, I've been re-evaluating my ethical position on eating animals, which is something people have also noticed. But what you will not know is that I have also been struggling privately to maintain a healthy plant-based diet. Those statements are interesting and also very ambiguous. He doesn't state which came first, so was he re-evaluating his ethical stance first, or did he struggle with maintaining a healthy plant-based diet and then that caused him to re-evaluate his ethics? Also, his statement that he struggled to maintain a healthy plant-based diet opens up so many different questions. Was he living off junk food like we have repeatedly seen with many ex-vegans, or did he have a health issue that made it slightly more challenging to stick to the diet? I have no way of knowing what led Cosmic Skeptic to this point, but the only thing I can comment on is my experience as a nutritionist. I have worked with people with all manner of health issues over the last 5 to 6 years, ranging from IBS all the way through to life-limiting conditions. There are obviously people that I have worked with that would struggle to maintain a healthy plant-based diet, but these people tend to be in the minority of people. For example, people who have ulcerative colitis or Crohn's, and they may have large proportions of their intestines removed. These people could tolerate simple fruits, but beyond that, they would really struggle with any type of fibre in their diets. For the rest of the people that I've seen, I've met very few people who couldn't fix their underlying problems and get back to a normal and varied diet. So my overriding questions amongst all of this is if he had health issues, what attempts were made to rectify these, who did he speak to, or did he just rely on Dr. Google? Now, I think we will never get the answers to this because, as we have seen with many ex-vegans, they are very reluctant to provide such information. He then goes on to say, I wanted to let you know because of this, I have for some time been consuming animal products again, primarily but not exclusively seafood, and experimenting with how best to integrate them into my life. Again, these are very ambiguous words that he has used, and to this I would say, if you had any health or digestive issues, what would eating a bit of fish or a bit of steak really do in the grand scheme of things? So for example, if he had SIBO or IBS and just added a bit of fish or meat to his diet, then in relation to the SIBO or IBS, it's not really going to make a big difference to his symptoms. Where it would make a big difference is if you swapped out a lot of calories from fruits and vegetables and then replaced these calories with animal products. You would then effectively dramatically reduce the fermentation potential in the gut. But as we have seen so many times with ex-vegans, all that you are doing is reducing the symptoms and not fixing the underlying issues. The word that stands out most from his last statement, though, is experimenting. That tells me that he probably hasn't been working with a reputable healthcare professional, he still has health issues, and is micromanaging his diet to control his symptoms. He then says, I am interested in philosophy and never enjoy sharing personal information about myself, but I can obviously see why this particular update is both necessary and relevant. It's not my intention to go into too much detail here, as I think it will require more space and perhaps a video, but rather to let you know with more details to follow. So my response to this would be, if you don't like sharing personal information, then why would you string this out in more posts and videos? If you have been working with a healthcare professional, why wouldn't you just state that, state the condition and health issues that you have been battling, and then move past this? I think it's because, as most of us know, a lot of this probably hasn't happened, and he's been getting his recent health advice from the Petersons. He then says, I'm increasingly doubtful of the practicability of maintaining a healthy plant-based diet in the longer term, again for reasons I hope to go into in more detail at a later date. Those are some more interesting statements there, He says, I'm increasingly doubtful. Okay, so where are you deriving your information from to be doubtful? He then goes on, I do not wish to see people consuming a diet on my account if I have been unable to keep up that diet myself. So what he is saying there is that because he couldn't make it work, nobody should eat that diet, and essentially he knows that the vegan diet is wrong for humans, period. Now this level of ego is absolutely staggering. So there was a lot more to his statement, but it's all hot air without substance. All I think that most people are interested in knowing is who he works with to rectify his health issues that he was having, what he tried doing to fix these health issues, and most importantly, what his underlying health issues were. Until I hear these particulars, I'm not interested in what people like him and others have to say. Anyhow, that's the end of today's video, and if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to check out this one up here because I'm sure you'll find it equally interesting. And the only other thing that's left for me to say is to remember to look after your body because it's the only place you have to live. And I'll see you next time.